Hi, and welcome to SoCal Yearbook Gals Education Series, aimed to inspire, encourage, and all around make your life easier. Today, we're going to talk about covering your students 2 or more times in your yearbook and how you can do that. And I'll talk a little bit about myself for a second here, and possibly the reason why I got into yearbooks. So here is my yearbook. This was my senior yearbook, and it's from 1998. And you can tell it's in black and white. But the part that makes me really sad is that, well, we did have a color section, which is really awesome, except I'm still in black and white because I'm right here under not pictured. I sent in a senior picture. We were supposed to send it in. I sent it in. And I'm not here, and I'm not in color. I'm in black and white, and it says my name, Cynthia Woodbury, right there. But I go back to this side right here, and oh, there's my senior picture. It's right there. There's a picture of myself and my brother, and I love this picture of myself. I thought it was great. My hair was magnificent. My brother was super cute too, but I was very specific. This was back in the day of cut and paste and little wax pencils and stuff like that. I was very specific. Crop me out. I even wrote the little, drew the little crop marks, and my brother was comfortably out of the picture, and awesome. And there he is. I love my brother. And I'm glad now, so many years later, that I have a picture of myself and my brother in my yearbook. And so that's great. And I'm going to be positive about all of this. But it would be really awesome if I was in the senior section of my yearbook. On top of that, I just found this out maybe 4 minutes ago. I looked in the index. Well, maybe they have me somewhere else in the book. I'm not even in the index at all. So there was no caption. There wasn't anything about little Cindy Woodbury in this book at all. Why did I buy this book? This is the question you need to ask yourself. If your students are not in their yearbook, what's going to make them buy? So if your book sales are low, if you're struggling to get people to buy the book, it's possible that maybe there's a bad reputation. Maybe there's a fear that these students won't be in the book, and they want to be in the book. And I can assure you that parents would be more willing to purchase a book for their kid if they knew that their kid was in the book. So how can we expand the coverage in your book in a way? I understand that you have limited space. You have limited pages in your book. How can we cover everybody 2 or more times in your book? And one of those times is going to be in your portrait section. The other time could be anything from a quote to it could be, I don't know, here's a bunch of options. You could do a whole book link. You could do little sidebars that include students. You can do a question and answer section. You can put in fun facts or quotes from students who maybe weren't on the football team, because it's possible that you have tons of students, or the football team is covered a million times, and when you do your index, you can see 8 numbers behind them. But maybe there was somebody at the game who you could quote and include in that section, even though they weren't on the team. So you could do that. Sometimes our indexes, if you choose to do an index, it is some work, but if you choose to do an index, that's just a whole bunch of names. In my school yearbook, as you can see right here, they included some pictures, including my senior picture. They put pictures over here. It makes it more interesting. It gives people a reason to actually look at the index, but you could put quotes in there too, or maybe where there's an A or a B separating the different spots in that book, you can, or the different columns, you can say I, and then you have the student like Ian, and then you maybe have a little quote from Ian, or you have a little picture of Ian or something like that. And so you can increase your coverage in a bunch of different ways. The most important thing is to get kids into your book and try and be aware of how many students are featured multiple times. Are these students going after the camera more than other students? And then see if you can just track down those kiddos who aren't in the book. And you could do stuff, even little surveys. You can say, hey, and we did this one of my last few years doing yearbook, and I said, what's in your backpack? And I had I had maybe 5 students dump out their backpack, and I took a picture of them, and they're like, you know, and there was a picture of all the stuff, the wrappers, the crinkled papers, maybe that one parent permission slip for a field trip, that kind of thing. And it's like, like there's all this stuff in your backpack. Maybe it's an old sandwich, and you just take a picture of them, and then you maybe do a little quote from them. It's super cute. It's fun. That kid, it's possible that kid's not in any sports, extracurricular activities. Go find those kids. The kids who are not typically featured in the book, go find them and ask them a question and record what they say. And you could even do a whole bunch of quotes in a row with little pictures or no pictures. Put their names in bold so that they're easily visible when you turn to that page. And not only does it make people feel really, really special that you actually care, but it helps you sell books. So let's increase your coverage with alternative coverage, secondary coverage, and let's sell more books. Good luck.